other than Dwayne Johnson, I have never heard of a rock that could talk. So I thought, yeah, I gotta change that one. So how do you get a place named Talking Rock? Well, you had to know the right language. The northbound train would stop beside this boulder, and the fireman would get off, and he'd put some money on top of the rock, and then set a stone on it to weight it down. They'd go on to Murphy, do the work they needed to do, and then the train would be coming back south. And they'd stop at this same boulder. And their money would be gone. But behind the rock, there'd be 1 or 2 or 3 quart jars. What was in them? Moonshine, that's right. So the rock was the talking rock because it took orders. Another one that happened on this railroad, this is in the diesel locomotive era. Down in Ellijay, Georgia, there was a lumber company, Kiker Lumber, that was served by the railroad, and Kiker had a very long spur that ended in a hump of dirt. And on the other side of this hump of dirt is the Hiwassee River. Okay, that's an important detail. We'll get back to that in a minute. So anyways, the train was going to switch Kiker Lumber, and they were going to put an empty bulkhead flat car on their siding for them to load. And the way they were going to do this is they were going to kick the car. And when you kick a car, you uncouple it from the train, rev up the locomotive, get that car to moving, and then brake really hard and let that car keep rolling to where you want it to go. And they were going to kick this car to a new brakeman. It was his first day not in training. And this guy was not going to let anything bother him on his first day. So they kick the car to him. That goes fine. So here comes the car rolling to him. And as it goes by, he grabs onto the ladder and climbs up and starts tightening down the brake wheel. All this is fine until that last part. He starts cranking on the handbrake wheel and nothing happens. The chain to the handbrake is broke. So he makes the only conclusion that you could come up with in that, which is to climb down the ladder and jump off this train car, because he's about to run out of track. So he climbs down and jumps off. That's okay. And the car gets to the end of the track, bounces over that hump of dirt, and splashes into the river. Now, like I said, this guy was not going to let anything bother him on his first day. He very calmly gets on the radio, calls the engine crew up and says, "Kick me another one, that one went in the river." Just like, okay, we got a flat car in the river, we'll just move along. We don't have to worry about getting that car out, somebody else's problem. We got an endless supply of flat cars up there on the train. They can send me another one and we will just go about our day. So anytime I have a bad day, I always say to myself, kick me another one, that one went in the river. Because I have never had a day that bad. Alright, history of the cars. Car 1, which is now the rear of the train, is the oldest car. It's built in 1946 by American Car and Foundry, ACF, for the Louisville and Nashville's train, the Hummingbird, which ran from New Orleans to Cincinnati with through connections to Chicago. That train used to have a little lounge at one end. You can still see where the wall used to be, but it was removed to make room for more coach seating. Car number 2 was built in 1948 by ACF. It is the Missouri Pacific 873. And the 873 was built as a grill coach. And it was not assigned to any specific train. It was used on short distance passenger trains that only needed breakfast and lunch service. So they used that little kitchenette back there to cook up their eggs and hamburgers and hot dogs. It's got 3 gas burners, a gas grill, and a General Motors refrigerator from way back when GM owned Frigidaire. So if you want to see something interesting, that refrigerator has GM emblems on it. Yeah, and it still works too. I dread the day that it dies because it doesn't fit through any of the doors. It'll take us a week to get that thing out. We'll have to take a window out.
Take it apart.
Car number 3 is the youngest car on the train. It was built in 1955 by the Budd Car Company for the Great Northern as their 1331 for their premier passenger train, the Empire Builder. It is a dome coach. It's got 2 short coach sections at either end and a dome in the middle. And car number 4 is the Canadian Pacific's Algonquin Park, built in 1954 by the Budd Company as a group of 18 Park Series cars. 13 of the 18 cars are actually still doing their original job, bringing up the rear of passenger trains all over Canada. Did you work in the same job since 1954? I don't think I'd want to either.
Fine if you like it.
That car is a dome sleeper observation lounge car. It does not have any coach seating at all. We use it for the dome and observation areas and then have the complimentary snacks in the lounge area. Now if you do have a wristband, go back there and have a look at the lounge and let Miss Luann tell you about the painting. That painting is unique to the car. Each of the 18 had their own artist who made a watercolor.
What is it?
Hi.
What is it?
Alright, we got us a small log up here, but the conductor says that he can get it by himself. So we're going to get this log moved off the tracks and then go right on back to rolling down the track.
Well, can we see it?
Turn a big generator to make electricity, which is sent from the traction motors to turn the axles to make the locomotives and the train go down the track. Right now, since we're going downhill, the motors are actually acting as generators and the train is pushing the locomotives down the track, turning those motors to make electricity, and then that electricity is sent to a large resistor grid, kind of like a big stove eye, up in the middle of the locomotive's roof and is blown off as heat. And so that is actually how the train's being slowed down right now. But we do have 3 different kinds of brakes on the train. We've got the dynamic brakes, which are housed within the locomotives. They don't wear out brake shoes either. So that's another reason I like the dynamic brakes. We are a mountain railroad, and the 5109 is definitely made for mountain railroading. We also have the automatic brakes, which are the ones that are on the cars. You move a handle in the locomotive, and it sends a signal to the cars to automatically apply the brakes when they receive that signal. Now, automatic does not mean that they come on by themselves when they think they need it. And then the other is the independent brakes, which are on the locomotive. They're also air brakes. This train is light enough if something went really wrong, you could actually stop the whole train using just the independent brake on the locomotives. And the squealing noise that you hear, that is not that I am not doing a good job taking care of the brakes on the cars. That is just the flanges of the wheels rubbing against the rails. Yep. All right. We'll be up and down through the train. If you have any questions, just ask us. If we don't know the answer, we'll make up something that sounds so good you won't know the difference.
Another tree across the track. Does Dave got that, or we need some help? Dave got it. Dave's the man. Alright. Like I used to tell Dan Bigelow, I can move entire trees with my own mighty paws. That probably drove Dan up the wall. He threw up. All hail the mighty Dave. They don't call me the Stoikinator for nothing.
Definitely taken care of. We did dodge the storm. Yep. So we'll be back at the parking lot here in just a few minutes. Now, if your lunch from Copperhill has worn out, as you leave our parking lot, you do have to turn right. So once you go on into Etowah, it takes about 8 minutes to get to Etowah from the parking lot. You get yourself a good meal up at Etowah. You've got Scotty's Diners, about the first thing you'll come to. They got some pretty good sized hamburgers. We got menus for Scotty's back here in car 2 if you need to have a look at them. Now, when you look at their menu, don't let the prices confuse you. Yeah, they're a little high because they've already put the sales tax in. So they're not going to be adding anything more to it. So that is the cost and the tax together. But their hamburgers are pretty big and pretty thick. Just past them is the farmhouse. Farmhouse is down home country cooking. Now they're a block off of Highway 411, so you gotta watch for their sign. And then on the other side of town, you've got Michael's Casual Dining, which has a little bit of everything. Barbecue, ribs, steaks, catfish, shrimp, chicken tenders, coconut shrimp, salads, soup. The tater soup's amazing. And if you're tired of regular French fries, they got sweet potato fries. I like to get those and ask for the pina colada sauce that goes on the coconut shrimp. That's a good combination right there. And just past them is Peppo's Burrito Bar. You can customize your taco salad there at Peppo's just like you customize a sandwich at the Subway. Your whole family could go in there and order taco salads and not a one of you'd have the same thing. And if you turn left at that last red light in Etowah there at the Food City, 4 minutes outside of town, you'll find Midway Milkshake. They got, obviously, milkshakes, but they got hamburgers and chicken sandwiches and big old onion rings, and pizzas, and all kinds of good things there at the Midway Milkshake. Now, if you need to go the other way, you need to go south on 411, stop in at the Steel Wheel Corner. Hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken wraps, really big desserts, milkshakes, all kinds of good things there at the Steel Wheel Corner. Our shop crew likes to eat there when they come up to work on things. All right, now as you drive out of here, please drive carefully. Going north on Highway 411, you will go through Etowah, and if you go even further north, you go through Englewood. The speed limit in Etowah is 30, okay? The speed limit in Englewood is 40, and they mean it. Now, if you go south on 411, you are going to go through Benton, Tennessee. Do not speed in Benton, Tennessee. You will get a fast driver award at a very flashy award ceremony that you have to pay for. We've had a lot of people miss the train because they were busy getting a speeding ticket in Benton instead of pulling into the parking lot. Now, I'm not saying anything mean about these three towns. They may actually be onto something here with this strict enforcement. It's been a long time since any one of the three have had a traffic accident with fatality on Highway 411, so they may know something here with what they're doing. But we want you to drive safe wherever you go, and come back and join us again on the Hiwassee River Scenic Railroad. Now, we are a non-profit, so your purchases from the gift shop and from our commissary do help us out greatly. And also, here's the thing that we really need you to help us out with, since we're a nonprofit. Tell your friends, your family, your neighbors, your co-workers. You can even send people you don't like. We'll straighten them out for you, and you'll like them when they get back. So thank y'all for joining us on the Hiwassee River Scenic Railroad. Check out our other rides on our website, tvrail.com. T is in Tennessee, V is in Valley, tvrail.com. If you want to come in October, you need to go ahead and look at it. We've got 2 days where the domes are already sold out. And don't forget our Christmas rides up here, the Hiwassee Holiday Train. And we also have several rides down in Chattanooga. We'll be pulling into the station here shortly. We're going to get off between cars 1 and 2, the same place we got on. So I'll see you up here between cars 1 and 2 shortly. And again, thank you all for joining us on the Hiwassee River Scenic Railroad. Have a wonderful day. Oh, also look around carefully and be sure you have all your valuables. Our gift shop items, phones, everything. Thank you.
One more, 091. Aye for coach. 30 feet. 20 feet. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That'll do. South 3 feet. Knock it off and let it roll south 3 feet, 09. 3 feet. Two, one, and that'll do. Ramp flag for Robinette, 09. 5109, ramp flag Robinette.
Alright, you can now exit the train safely. Thank you for flying with us today. Hope to see you guys again someday. Thank y'all.